Money can be a weapon or money can be a tool, depending on how we've learned our relationship with money. Does it make us feel happy? Does it make us feel constrained? Does it make us feel vulnerable? Does it make us feel empowered? What does money mean to us? I've realized that a lot of people, myself included, never really learn the value of money other than money pays the bills, or money buys you that nice thing or that shiny object. But no one really explores their intrinsic value of what money means to them. I guess, hippy dippy side, money is a construct of humanity. It's a construct of humans' market and humans' perception and humans' interaction with trade and goods and services. But in and of itself, money doesn't mean anything. Actually, money nowadays means even less. It's really just a number in a lot of people's bank accounts or on a lot of people's portfolios. It's very rarely actually seen. I don't even remember the last time I carried cash in my wallet because everything is now tracked through credit. And as long as your credit is good, you can keep spending more money. And even if your credit is bad, a lot of the times before that point, you can just take out credit cards and start spending money that's not yours. Although that always ends up in a very, 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 very dark and negative place, because that is literally an example of us not knowing the value of money to us. And what I've realized through this last 17 months of being away from money, being away from the idea of trying to make more money just for the sake of making more money, or making more money because I need to be secure, or I need to buy a house, or I need to do this or that or the other, I've realized that money doesn't really play that big of a part in my life anymore. Here's why. A lot of my decision making over the last 17 months with my income and with living on less, it's all possible because I believe that when we take the time to learn about ourselves, it actually unlocks new ways of living in a real-time sense, in a practical sense, in a way of, oh yeah, I would love to not worry about money. Okay, well, let's actually go down that path. Well, that requires you to learn more about money. It requires you to understand your relationship with money and what money actually does for you in real life, not just this fantasy world of, oh, I wish I had $1 million so I could go buy whatever I want and travel. It's like, no, like you actually don't need $1 million to go live your life happily. But when you're stuck in this future tense of what you don't have and the past tense, oh, I've never had, then your present self is like, oh, I'm stuck in this in between, and now you're just in limbo. When you say those things, let's actually bring it all the way through full circle and let's go through the process of understanding money. And so what I did was I was like, okay, let's add all of my bills, for example. Let's add all of my bills into my Google Calendar. Similar to at my old job, I used my Google Calendar to take meetings, and now the meetings are with myself, and with coaching, it's with my clients. But with me and money, my meetings were never on my calendar. I always just assumed that I knew where my money was going, how much my money was being spent, and hoping that it was gonna be fine. Well, when you bridge that spiritual idea of like, I want abundance, I want all of these things, with the practical method of, all right, well, let's actually add all of my bills into my calendar so I know exactly what expense, how much is that expense, and when that expense comes out of my bank account. And I actually organized all of my bills to be within a 1 week span. So all of my bills come within a 1 week, 7-day period. So for that week, I know that my Wi-Fi, my rent, my car, all these other little bills come into play, and I have them on each day. And so I have that physical and mental awareness of what is happening in my life in regards to money. Now, what does that do on the rest of those 3 weeks? Oh my goodness, I'm glad you asked. It frees up your mental space from, oh, I have a bill that day, maybe not that day. Oh, I don't know if I have a bill today. Oh, is my bill tomorrow? No, it frees up not just 1 week, not just 2 weeks, but 3 weeks of mental space. I have 3 weeks of my month where money doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter because all of my bills are here. And I've chosen to live a life of intention. I've chosen to live a life where I'm only paying for what I know makes me feel fulfilled and happy. I'm not paying for random things because I can, or because I think I want them, or because someone told me to buy this or subscribe to that. It's like, no. I'm only investing my money that I've earned into things that help replenish me, into things that help give me the foundation of life that I love. And the other 3 weeks, without that mental space of what is money, how, blah, 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 being taken up, that 3 weeks of mental space really allows me to live my life and make good decisions and operate out of a sense of abundance, because money is no longer this weapon against myself where I'm using it to make an excuse as to why I'm not doing that, why I'm not doing that, why am I not trying that. It becomes a resource, an abundant resource of time, of effort, of energy, because I'm not wasting unnecessary amounts of my mental space on thinking about money. I think that's it for today. I don't know. There's a lot more to money that I want to talk about, but I think the main purpose of this Homie Talks is literally to figure out how to bridge your idea of what money means to you, discover what money actually means to you, and then create practical processes that help bridge that gap. Do it. It will change your life. I'm not a financial advisor, but it will change your life. Have a great rest of your day, guys. Till the next one. Peace.